We're going to multiply negative 3x minus 5 to the second power. Now, what do they mean we're going to multiply it? It's a second power. We're raising that big old base inside the parenthesis to the second power. Is that the same as multiplying it? Well, yeah, it's a big hint about how to handle this. Here's the caution. Here's what a lot of people do, and it's so wrong. They take the first term in the parenthesis, negative 3x, and they raise it to that power 2. And then they minus the second term and raise it to the power 2. And that is way wrong. You cannot do that. You're missing so much information when you do that. When you have things that are being added or subtracted inside the parenthesis and you're raising it to a power, you must use the definition of raising anything to the second power. That means that you take two factors of the base and you multiply them together. The base here is the parenthesis negative 3x minus 5. So you're going to multiply that times itself. Negative 3z, minus 5 times negative 3z minus 5. That's what it means to raise negative 3z minus 5 to the second power. You can't distribute the exponent. You have to use a definition of the exponent. Okay, so now we're ready to multiply. How many terms in the parenthesis? There are two terms separated by the minus sign. So we're doing 2 terms times 2 terms. I'm going to FOIL this thing. First times first gives me negative 3x times 3z times negative 3z. Plus the second, the outer times outer is negative 3z times negative 5. Plus the inner times inner is negative 5 times negative 3z. And then the outer plus outer times outer is negative 5 times negative 5. I want you to notice that in a previous video, I was actually simplifying and putting the proper sign in between each of these terms. This time I was being more careful, putting a plus between every term and leaving the signs inside the parenthesis, and I'll simplify it as I go along. First we have negative 3z times negative 3z. That gives me a positive 9z to the second. Then plus negative times negative is a positive 15z, plus negative times negative is a positive 15z, plus negative times negative is a positive 25. Do we have any like terms? Yes. We have z to the first power term, 2 of them. Put them together and we have 9z squared plus 30z plus 25. And there are no more like terms to combine. We are finished.